Hey, Trevor, wake up.
So, what I'm gonna be eating first for my full day of eating is I'm gonna start off with 2 Cliff Bars because I'm heading right to the gym to work out. And then instead of pre-workout, which I normally drink, Mr. Hyde, in fact, I'm gonna have a bang. Alright. So I'm listening to some Senses Fail. Yeah, that's my shit. Back from my angsty stages. I'm finishing up drinking this bang. This is the first bang I've literally ever had in my life. So let me tell you. It's alright. It's like a little sweet for me. I have the Sour Heads one. Tastes like the sour. I don't know about like Sour Head. I don't know what Sour Head tastes like. But so it's got me amped up though. Like I probably drank maybe half of it, and I'm just like freaking turned up. So I'm about to lift shoulders and arms with Steven. Yeah. Oh my god, it's fogging. Alright, there we go! Alright guys, so I gotta like... Okay, so I just finished my workout with Steven. You saw the montage, it came out cool. So normally what I would do is I would have this, which is 8 ounces of Gatorade. And in here I have 5 grams of creatine monohydrate. However, I had the bang before my workout, and that has creatine in it, so honestly I'm not gonna take this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rush home and I'm gonna get in my post-workout pancakes, which if you follow me on Instagram, you have been through this a million times. I forgot my stuff. That didn't look realistic. Let's try that again. Am I max tuning yet? Gotta look good for the live. Boom! What's going on, Instagram fam? What am I doing? Yeah, I'm actually doing a full day of eating. I'm recording myself. Let me actually turn this camera. Alright guys, so what I'm doing now is I'm having my ritualistic post-workout pancakes, but I want to talk to you about why I had what I had before. So usually in the morning what I'll have is hash browns with 2 eggs and egg whites, and I'm gonna make another full day of eating in the future, more of like a weekday. This is more of a weekend. Today's Friday, so it's gonna be a little bit different how I play it, but I think this may even help you more because it'll show how I'm adapting to my surroundings. I'm probably not gonna go out tonight since we actually went out on Tuesday night for a friend's birthday. So right now, so this morning I had 2 Cliff Bars and I actually had a bang. So normally I have that as my pre-workout meal, and that's exactly what it was today. For my pre-workout meal, I'm looking for a ton of carbs. Like I want a lot. I want to push heavy weight in the gym. I'm bulking right now, so I need that energy so that I can have a really, really intense workout. I recover really, really well because I really focus on my sleep and I eat a ton of calories. So it's okay for me to go like really as hard as I can in the gym, pretty much 6 times a week. Sometimes I'll take an extra rest day in the week if I'm starting to feel fatigued from that routine. And if I go out on the weekend, I'll definitely throw in a second rest day. But so what I like about the Clif Bars is, number one, they're about 42 grams of carbs each, and about half of that is sugar. So I'm okay with that because I want to get it in quick. I want it to hit my blood sugar and spike my blood sugar. So and the goal is to hit it like right as I start to spike and start to dip down a little bit. That's when I want to actually start lifting weights, which is generally, for me, I can kind of feel it around like 20 to 30 minutes after I eat that. But I also want to digest a little bit and get my pre-workout in. So today I had it about an hour before my workout, and that worked out well because I had the Bang, and the Bang makes you feel really full from all the carbonation. Honestly, how did I feel about the Bang? It was good. It was a good caffeine content for me. It was about 300 milligrams, I believe. What I take for pre-workout is probably more than that. I take Mr. Hyde. It's 419 milligrams for a full scoop. I try to take a little bit less than a full scoop, so I probably get like 375 milligrams a day from that. So it was good for me. I liked, the flavor was pretty good, but in reality, I don't think it's something I'm going to implement every day. I think, number one, it's not cost effective, and number two, I gotta look more into the ingredients. I think there's a lot of junk in there that you don't really need, and really I try to avoid that, even though Mr. Hyde honestly is not much better. So it's hard to say, but I like Mr. Hyde, so I think I'm going to stick with it, and at least until I run out of my massive supply that I have of it. So the two Clif Bars have enough protein to keep me satiated through the workout, and usually having my eggs before that, I'm good. But today, since I only had the Clif Bars, I was pretty hungry, and I woke up pretty hungry. So, which is a good thing. Like, that means hopefully I can up my calories again soon, because I'm not really gaining weight at 4,200 calories. And then in terms of fat from the Clif Bars, it's not a ton to where it's gonna like make my stomach feel weird. Some people feel weird on too much fat, and like it really depends on kind of what you trained yourself for. I used to eat a peanut butter sandwich before my workout, which is a ton of fat, but it sat really well and it made me feel good, energized me. So that's why I was using that. But the two Clif Bars, you know, good energy, keep me satiated enough, and sit well in my stomach. Those are like the three biggest things that I'm looking for in a pre-workout meal. So now in a post-workout meal, let me show you. I'm going with 2 servings of Kodiak Cakes. So that ends up being 4 grams of fat, 60 grams, I don't know if you could hear that, but my stomach just growled hardcore. 60 grams of carbohydrates, 28 grams of protein, and that's just from the Kodiak Cakes. Then what I do, I add in some chocolate chips. This is simply for palatability. Like, I don't like normal pancakes by themselves. Chocolate chip pancakes I will eat all day. So this is adding 10 grams of fat, which is not necessarily what I want, but I'm not gonna worry about it. I don't think it's gonna affect me enough. I'd rather get the calories in. 16 grams of carbohydrates and 2 grams of protein. And then what I do is I put a syrup on top. So what I get right now is pure maple syrup, and this is just the store brand Lucky's. I really like this. I think it tastes good, first of all, but I like just pure maple syrup. It's more expensive, yes, but honestly I think it's worth it, especially if you're bulking, to get carbohydrates in, especially for the sugar right after your workout. But at the same time, I think that these, like, pure maple syrup is made of less processed sugars and food in general. If you're gonna get another one like Aunt Jemima, not to pick on Aunt Jemima, lots of memories with Aunt Jemima when I was younger. That sounds weird. That sounds really weird. But Aunt Jemima is more like corn syrup and water, and I'd rather have the less processed, more natural version. Plus, it's gonna have more nutrients in it, and yes, maple syrup can have nutrients in it, so I'm gonna go with the pure maple syrup, as pure as I can get it. This is literally, if you see the ingredients, pure maple syrup, that's it. So I have half of a serving of this, which is 1/8 of a cup, 2 tablespoons. Each tablespoon is 15 milliliters, 60 milliliters is 1 serving, so 30 milliliters, and that will be 26 and a half carbs. So that adds substantial carbs. So for the whole meal, I'm at about, wow, it's gonna make me do math. Honestly, 86 plus, what is this again? 86 plus 16, 102. It's 102. I might have done that math wrong, but 102 grams of carbs, which is pretty much what I need at 190 pounds. And I'm at like, I think I'm at like 40 grams of protein. Oh, and I also have a cup of Fairlife, and I'll show you which one I get. So I actually spend the extra like 60 cents, and I get the one with DHA, omega-3s. I just think that we don't get enough omega-3s as it is. You might as well splurge and get the one that's gonna be more beneficial for your health. I wish it had EPA as well, but it doesn't even say that it does. I would assume it does because, I don't know, it says it comes from algal oil. I would assume that they would have both, but I haven't looked into it that much to know. So I go with a cup of this. This adds 13 grams of protein, 13 grams of carbohydrates, 8 grams of fat. And I like to add that because number one, it just adds calories. And number two, it adds a bit of protein. So my total protein, I think, is something like 43 grams with all of that. Well, I guess it's 45 grams with all that together. And I think that's perfect. Number one, to space my protein out through the day, I need about 40 grams at every meal. I have somewhere between 4 and 6 meals a day. Usually my later meals in the day have less protein, except for right before I go to bed. It's kind of just how it works out. I don't really have a rhyme or reason for that. But I think post-workout's a good time to really just optimize everything so that you can see the most growth, especially if your goal is to build muscle like mine is. Of course, if you want to talk about how healthy this meal is, I would say it's on the lower end, but my goal isn't health right now. My goal is to build muscle, and I think that based on the science, based on what we know, that hitting a meal like this is crucial. Of course, the anabolic window isn't that big of a deal because I would be rushing to make my pancakes right now instead of making this video. So I do want to get it in as soon as possible, but mostly to space out my meals throughout the day. It's not necessarily for the idea of like I have to do it to build muscle. It's, as Brad Schoenfeld says, it's more of an anabolic garage. So I would prefer to just to get it in anyway. There's no harm in getting it in, so I'd rather just get it in. And maybe there's some research going to come out in the future that says it gives you that 1%, and I'm going to step on stage and I need every percent that I can get. All right, guys, after I make the pancakes, we'll catch up. All right, what's going on, guys? So I just finished making my pancakes, and I actually found out that I only had 1.5 tablespoons of syrup, so it's gonna be a little bit lower in carbohydrates than I wanted, but that's okay. It's really not a big deal. I'll make up for it later in the day. Plus, I'm behind on my calories because I didn't have my full breakfast that I would have this morning. So I'm actually gonna eat this, and then I'm going to go and make what I normally have for breakfast, and then I'm gonna eat that. But I wanna show you guys, after I have my pancakes, what I normally do is I take my micronutrient supplement, and personally I take a brand called Juice Plus. I think that I know somebody's gonna be like, oh, it's an MLM. Yeah, it is an MLM, but honestly, there's literally nothing bad about Juice Plus. I think they're a great company. I think they have a great mission, and I think their product is phenomenal. And in fact, I looked for something to replace Juice Plus, being completely transparent here, simply because like I pay for it every month, like it ships in. But what's nice is like it makes sure that I don't miss it, like, because I know if I get behind on taking those, that I'm gonna get another shipment, and then I'm gonna have like a million capsules. But really what all it is it's fruit and vegetable powder. And what I like about that is it's way better than the synthetic vitamins that most of us are taking coming from the store, like Men's One A Day Health. Like those types of things are good, but this is gonna be way better, and for the level of the physique that I'm trying to achieve, I think it's way better. And also, I apologize, I'm not wearing a shirt. That's because I was washing a dish and I got it wet. yeah, I'm solid at cooking. Washing dishes, not my forte. So the other thing that I take after this is an omega-3 supplement, and this is from Nordic Naturals. It's a really high quality brand. Highly recommend this one. And this is 690 milligrams of omega-3s. If you're not taking an omega-3 supplement, I think you're falling behind. Unless you eat fatty fish nearly every day, then you're probably not getting enough omega-3s. Omega-3s are incredible for our brain health. They're incredible for recovery, fighting inflammation. And inflammation is a good thing, but we are way too inflamed in this country, especially if you're lifting, if you're drinking alcohol, if you have a family history of heart disease or some certain types of cancers, then I would highly recommend taking an omega-3 supplement. Like literally this is like 20 bucks for a month. I would put so much more money on my health than that. So as you can see, I got my pancakes here and got my fork a little dangling. I put cinnamon on this too, and if you guys are looking to up the level of your nutrition without changing much, I would say add in spices, because they all have different functions in your body. Cinnamon has a lot. One of the ones that I tell most people that I remember, I mean, you can look it up for all of its other functions, but it also helps stabilize blood sugar, which really doesn't make sense that I'm eating it when I'm trying to spike my blood sugar, but I think it's a good time to get it in, and it tastes freaking amazing with pancakes, so might as well. So that's what I'm going for right now, and I'll see you guys in the next meal, which will probably honestly be in like 10 minutes. Alright guys, so it's about 4 p.m. It's like extremely dark outside. So it's been raining all day on and off. I've just been chilling for the past it's probably been like an hour and a half since I ate that last meal. I needed to just chill out. I wanted to get more hungry so that I could eat this, because I still have to eat this, my breakfast, and then another meal, and then like my nightcap. So what I have here is I have a sandwich, and this is just 2 pieces of multigrain bread. It's really like a whole grain bread that has some like seeds and nuts in it. It's pretty good. Just got it from the local supermarket. I have 2 types of deli meat. I have turkey and I have ham. Both of them are nitrate free, so they don't have the preservatives that tend to be more associated with really just cancers of the GI tract. On top, I have a piece of American cheese just to bring the calories up. I got mustard for flavor, and then actually under I have hummus that just helps me bring some calories up, get a little flavor in there. And then I put this kind of vegetable super mix that I have. I believe it's like cabbage, kale, carrots, kohlrabi. I want to say that's it, something like that. Just so I get some micronutrients and some fiber. And then what I have 4 of these mini chocolate chip muffins, and these are just the Publix Bakery Greenwise version. And this, so the muffins are like 450 calories, and then the sandwich is about another 400. So this is kind of my like second post-workout. That's why I still have like a little bit of sugar so I can get some more carbohydrates in. The sandwich providing mostly protein, a little bit of fat. The muffins also have a lot of fat for more calories. This is overall about 900 calories. And then I'm going to have probably my breakfast next. I was gonna have it for this meal, but I wanna have this meal and then my breakfast. I just decided that switch would be a little bit more palatable. You wanna get like the sugary things out of the way, because if I space them out too much, I just don't like to eat them. Because honestly, I don't like sugar that much. I know, friggin' sue me, whatever. So I'm just chilling out. I'm gonna watch some like YouTube videos, gonna eat, and then I'll check back in at the next meal. See you guys. Alright guys, so it's about 6 p.m. Yeah, it's just past 6 p.m. I am going to the women's soccer game here at FSU because my girlfriend Sarah has a friend from middle school who's on the opposing team. So I'm sorry, Sarah's friend, but I hope you lose. I'm just kidding. All the best to you. So I did pack one meal, and this is actually what normally my breakfast is, and I'll open up and show you guys. So as you can see, I got an omelet on top, so that's 2 pasture-raised eggs, 6 tablespoons of egg whites. I got a piece of ham, uncured honey ham in there. 1 slice of American cheese, it's just over 1 ounce. And then I put some like those vegetables that I was talking about before that I put in like my sandwich. I pretty much put them in everything just to get some greens and fiber throughout the day. And then I have 300 grams, just over 300 grams of hash browns. In the hash browns I put turmeric, which is super anti-inflammatory, and honestly you don't taste it a lot, that's why I put it in there. I put in a little bit of garlic powder, pepper, because the active ingredient in pepper, called pepperin, actually helps you absorb the curcuminoids that are in the turmeric. I know that was a lot, so go ahead and look that up if you like Google. Send Google that question if you don't know what that is, or comment below and I'll be able to help you more. And then I also put in just a little bit of salt, mostly for flavor. Not really any like electrolyte things, like probably good on sodium as it is. So normally I have this for breakfast. Oh, I want to hit on the pasture-raised eggs because I'm a huge believer in pasture-raised eggs. That's because normal USDA eggs they're raised, they come from chickens that are raised in really inflammatory conditions. They are like right next to each other in the chicken coop. They are walking in their own feces. A lot of them have their beaks cut off. They really hate their lives, and when you hate your life, you tend to produce inflammation in your own body like these chickens do, which presents in the fashion of omega-6 fatty acids. Of course, eggs, especially the egg yolk, is very fatty, so those omega-6 fatty acids end up in the yolk, and then when you eat them, you're pretty much eating inflammation. And especially in America, we don't eat enough omega-3s to combat that imbalance. So I eat the pasture-raised eggs, which are raised. They're made from chickens that are raised in really happy conditions, right? They get to roam free, they get to eat what they're really supposed to eat, which is really maybe a little bit of grains, but mostly like bugs picked from the earth, right? They peck at the earth, have beaks, they have space to roam, they're loved. So those are the kind of eggs that I get simply for that fact. The egg whites doesn't really matter. I just try to get the ones that don't have any like additives in it. All right, I'll see you guys later. Okay, last meal of the day. We got Mr. Robato's. I got, what did I get? Sarah, what did I get?
You got Alaskan rolls and Mongolian chicken.
There we go. With extra rice. Extra rice.
Come here.
Alright guys, so I just finished editing this video. It's Monday. I shot this video on Friday. So, just to update you, after that Mr. Robato's meal, I hit my calories. I stopped tracking after the eggs and hash browns, and so I didn't even track the Mr. Robato's meal, but I ate probably about 50 to 75% of it. And knowing a meal like that you eat out, it was really high in calories, so I definitely hit my meal or my calories for the day. So I hope you guys like this video. If you have any questions about what I ate, then go ahead and put them below. I wanted to talk more about why I ate some of the things that I ate, so I'll probably make another one of these, and I'll probably do it on a weekday where my schedule is a little bit more regimented. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to put them below. If you're following me on Instagram, you can send me a DM there. My name is just @Trevor Lomax, and I'll see you guys in the next video.